Hello sew buddies, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing great. If this is your first time here on this channel, you are so welcome. My name is Joy and I am the tutor and the face behind the channel Way by Ang Lee. In today's video, I'll be walking you through the process of making this bubu dress with a drawstring on the side. It also has the welt pocket, which I'll be doing a separate video so as to go in depth on how to install it. The welt pocket video will be coming right after this very one, so do well to check that out as well. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into this tutorial. The items we'll be needing for this tutorial, of course, your fabric, a plain fabric, your tape measure, your scissors, and your chalk. Here, the first thing I'm gonna have to do is to fold my fabric into 4 with the center back on fold and the center front, which is not on fold. After that, I've gone ahead to measure out my full length. Here, I'm using a 42 inches for this dress, 42 inches long, because you really want it to be long because of that drawstring. After that, the next thing I'm working on here is the neckline. I'm using a width of 3 inches and a neck depth for the back of 1.5 and a neck depth of the front for my front neck depth would be 9 inches, which will be cutting out later on in this tutorial. So after I've gone ahead to do that, the next thing I'm going to be working on here is my shoulder. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. I've gone ahead to mark that. My sleeve here is 12 inches, so from the shoulder tip I've gone ahead to mark my sleeve, which is 12 inches. Now, after working on my sleeve, next I'm working on is the arm. Here I'm using a 13 inches for my armhole. That's the opening of the hand. Now after that, I've also gone ahead to mark out my sleeve. That's the shoulder plus the sleeve, which is like the width of the dress. That's not going to be the final width, but just to, mark that point like so. Now, after I've done that, I'm going to be ruling that line with my ruler like so, and then to work on the width of the dress, from that point at the armhole, I'm going to be coming in 1 inch and then linking it up to the sleeve so that armhole part is smooth. Now after I've done that, I'm coming in 1.5 inch inside like so, and then measuring out the remaining width of this dress. So I'm gone ahead to mark that out all through the length of the dress, and with my straight rule I'm going to be linking that out. Now I'm linking these two parts with a curve so that it's nice and smooth without having any tension at that part. Next thing I've gone ahead to do is to cut out my dress like so. Mind you, when you're making a drawstring dress, you want your length to be longer than the final length of the dress, so that when you draw it, when you pull the strings, it gives you the accurate length of the dress you want, so to avoid it being too short. So yeah, I'm gonna separate the back from the front. Let's work on the neckline of the front. My original neckline is going to be 9 inches, but yeah, I'm marking in an 11 inch because of the band. The band I'm going to be using is going to be 2 inches after, it's 2.5 after fixing. So I did an 11 inch, but when I'm sealing up that neckline, I'm going to be sealing it up to the 9 inch. So like I said earlier at the beginning of this tutorial, at the beginning of this video, I'm going to be fixing a welt pocket, which I'm going to be doing a separate video for. I don't want this tutorial to be too long. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to be creating a separate video for the welt pocket. So in this part, this is me basically marking out the position of the welt pocket for this dress. After I've marked out the position of the welt pocket, the next thing I've gone ahead to do is fix my welt pocket, of course, which will come in another video. After fixing the welt pocket, the next thing I've gone ahead to do is to join the front piece to the back piece at the shoulder line, which is what I've done here. I've joined the front piece and the back piece, and then the next thing I want to do is to measure out that neck, the center front part, from one hem to the other part of the dress. So I'm just measuring this out from one hem round the neckline down to the other hem of the dress. So I'm going to be cutting a long strip of fabric, which is going to be 6 inches by the length of what I marked out. So here, this is a 6 inches band by the length of what I marked out, and I'm gonna ahead to iron in my interfacing and also fold it in such a way that it will be easy for me to install. So yeah, fold it on 2 which is going to be a 3 inches, and then just found the center points of the band, so that I'll start at the center point of the neck, and then I'll now start installing it to the dress. Now for this installation, for installing the band, I don't want the stitch to show at the right side of this dress. That's why I'm installing it like so. So first thing first is you bring one part of the band and then install. For the second part, to seal up the second part, I've gone ahead to pin this. What I'm going to be doing is to do a drop in the ditch stitch. That's a stitch that is going to be hidden in between the band and the fabric, so I don't want the stitch to be visible. So I went ahead and pinned that part, mimicking the stitch, making sure that it picks the other part of the band at the wrong side of the dress. If you're a regular on this channel, I usually do drop in the ditch stitch for most of my dresses, so this is not the first time I'm doing this. So you just want to sew in between the band and the dress, pulling it open, so that at the end of the day, when you release it, it closes up and the stitch is not showing on the right side of the dress. It will just be showing on the wrong side of the dress and not on the right side of the dress. So that's what I've gone ahead to do here. Drop in the ditch stitch. So I'm stitching this, making sure that it holds the band at the wrong side, making sure that it picks it at the wrong side. So as you can see, intermittently I keep on pinning and pinning just to be sure I'm getting everything accurately. So yeah, after I've done that, I'm also doing it for the second part. This is what the back part looks like, and then I'm going ahead to seal in my center front. So yeah, I've measured out the 9 inch for the neck depth, and I'm just holding the two pieces together, right sides to right sides, and then I'm sealing it up with a very tiny seam allowance. You just want to pick something tiny so that it doesn't eat too much into the width of this band. So I've gone ahead to do that all the way down. Now this is what the dress looks like with the band intact. The next thing I'm going ahead to do here is to fold in my hem like so. So yeah, I'm using a 1 inch seam for my hem allowance, so I've gone ahead to fold that in. You want to fold your hem before shaping because of the drawstring. Now after folding the hem, the next thing I've gone ahead to do is, of course, to shape this dress. I'm shaping it from the armhole down to the hem of the dress. After we've done that, the next thing we are going to go ahead to do is to fix the drawstrings on the side. Now for this drawstring, I've gone ahead to fold a long strip of cloth, and the total length of this strip is 21 inch. I'm using the 21 inch for that. It doesn't mean that 21 inch is the standard. You can actually make yours longer depending on how long you want it or how full you want the rope to be. So here I'm creating the channel for my drawstring. For the channel, I went ahead and marked from the hem 16 inches, meaning that the remnant to be 25 inches will be 5 inches down. So for that 16 inches, I just fixed at the allowance, the seam allowance. I just fixed the rope inside like so, while folding the channel so that the rough part, because I'm not going to be serging that part, even if I want to serge it, it will be difficult to hold. So I've gone ahead to fold it, folding it twice so that the roughness will be hidden inside. So what I did here, I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other part of the dress like so. It's so easy to do. So you just basically want to put the rope inside and then fold the allowance. Now when you are shaping this dress, make sure that your allowance is up to 1.5 inch. That way it's easier to work on and manipulate. If you use an allowance of 0.5 inch, it's really going to be narrow and it might not be able to accommodate this rope effectively. So just make sure your allowance is from 1 inch to 1.5 inch. So yeah, after that, the next thing I'm doing basically is to fix my band. If you're an OG on this channel, you know that we do a lot of fixing of band over turn up sleeve. I've done a lot of tutorials on turn up sleeve, so I shouldn't waste too much time on that. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. Basically, I also ironed an interfacing for the band just to give it structure, and what I did on the neckline is also what I'm doing on the band. That's the drop in the ditch stitch. So that is what I'm doing. I've gone ahead to join it to the wrong side of the fabric or the wrong side of my dress. So now I'm folding it. To fold it on the right side, I'm doing a drop in the ditch, and also making sure that with my pins, making sure that I'm picking, you know, the band on the wrong side of the dress. So that's basically what I'm doing. If you are enjoying this tutorial, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so that you get notified whenever we post new videos like this. Thank you so much for, you know, stopping by on this channel, Uwe by Amuri. I hope you're getting good value for your time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share our videos, you know, like this video so that it gives us more visibility on the YouTube platform. So now, after fixing the sleeve, this is what the dress looks like with the welt pocket installed. And with this, after, you know, you just iron out your seams and make sure everything is neat and crisp. This is the drawstring. You know, you can achieve a two-way dress with this drawstring. You can actually make the dress free without the drawstring. Now this is what the finished look looks like. I love everything about this dress. It feels so comfortable, and it also gives that chic look. So this is the drawstring on the side of the dress. This is what it looks like when you've drawn it. I love this dress so much. I love, you know, the way it looked. At the end of when after sewing this dress, I realized that the neckline, that 9-inch I used, was actually too deep. So I went ahead to, you know, make it higher. Thank you so much for watching.